good morning there. So today's selection comes from 1 Point Pro, and their selection is Gumbo Flyer in the 345 at Huntingdon. And I've got that race open here on the screen, so I'm just going to have a quick look into Gumbo Flyer. Now this is a maiden flat race, and that means we want to take quite an account of what the odds are saying. So let's start by doing that. We can see Gumbo Flyer is currently favourite, and that's good for a maiden flat race. It's also a class 5, good ground, 1 mile 7 furlongs, at just over £2,000 in prize money. So let's just start by seeing, we're not going to have very many factors or pieces of information for this race because it's a maiden race. So I'm just going to start by having a quick look at a standard race card here, and I use RA Pro, Race Advisor Pro software to do these kind of little in-depth looks at the selections that we're getting here. So I'm going to start by having a quick look at how many days since this horse last had a good run, and we can see it was 226 days ago, so quite a long time ago. And we see that's also defined by the hyphen next to it, so previous season. So it hasn't run yet this season. We're going to have a little look at that in a moment. It is ranked number 3 for our 5278, which is a great kind of overall rating when we combine it with other information, so that's nice and strong there. The Reynolds ranking is also nice and strong, which is also a combined overall rating 3.26. Looking at our odds line, we can see that it is currently also favourite based on our own odds lines, and we reckon it's got a 27% or 26% nearly chance of winning. That means there's not much value in it yet at odds of 3, but that doesn't mean it's not going to win the race. But at the moment we're not seeing huge value in the odds. But it does show us that this horse looks to be nice and strong. Coming over here, we've had one good race in the last 10. Now it's only had one race, so that would be why. And the rest of the information that we're going to see here isn't really going to tell us much. So instead, let's just take a look at this horse's last race, which was also at Huntingdon. It's at Huntingdon today. It was also over 1 mile 7 furlongs and 171 yards. So it's running the same race that it did today, but it was heavy. The ground was heavy. It was carrying 10.8. Today it's carrying 10.13. But the ground is good. Now it's going to be impossible for us to know whether it's going to suit good ground or not. So usually when we go from heavier ground, softer ground to firmer ground, most horses transition okay, but there are some who don't. It was beaten 3 lengths by the winner here. So this horse looks to be a good selection. The advice was to bet on it to win. So for me, my opinion of this horse is this horse looks to be promising. The market is showing that. The limited information that we've got shows that this horse can definitely be a contender in this race. We don't know how it's going to transition from heavy ground to good ground, so we're hoping it goes to good. But it's definitely a threat. We might want the odds to be a little bit higher, ideally, and the odds as they are, I might consider doing a place bet. But the tip today from 1 Point Pro is Gumbo Flyer in the 345 at Huntingdon.